Hello, Liz here with Simon Says Farms for another video. Today I'm in the rabbitry and I have a doe, Sydney, who is a Holland Lop, about 9 months old, and she is 13 days post-breeding. And today is the day that I'm going to palpate her to confirm whether she is pregnant or not. So if you've never palpated before, it can be quite tricky. What you're trying to do is feel the little embryos inside of their uterus. And this is done by placing them on a table and opening up their back legs and really trying to feel inside of their abdomen. I'm not a vet here, and I did not take anatomy, so my words are not textbook words, clearly. But you have a rabbit, you're going to put her on a carpet or a towel, hold her back, and take her, why is this so hard to explain? Belly, and you're going to gently, with these two fingers, you're going to gently squeeze and kind of roll. You're trying to feel are these blueberry to grape size, round, firm but soft balls. And you don't want to squeeze too hard because you don't want to harm the embryos, which I've read is pretty hard to do. So you can apply some pressure. Don't be so gentle that you can't feel. You do want to do a firm squeeze, and once you feel them, you know not to squeeze anymore. The trickiest part about palpating is that you don't want to go too far up, because above the uterus is actually where their fecal matter is. So if you're feeling up too high, you'll actually feel little round hard balls that are about the size of a pea, and that's fecal matter, not embryos. Little embryos are going to be kind of suspended in the middle part of that abdominal cavity. So I'm going to grab Sydney, our blue Holland Lop, and see if she's pregnant. So this is Sydney. This will be her second pregnancy if she is in fact pregnant. So are you ready? You kind of calm? I don't know. Okay, so since I am right-handed, I'm going to place my left hand over her head so that she kind of stays a little calm. And she is not cooperating right now. It's all right, Mama. It's okay. It's okay, Mama. And so now that she's laying down, I'm going to take my right hand and I'm going to put it underneath the front of her rear legs so that my hand is here but underneath her, cupping her abdomen. The uterus in a rabbit, there's two sides of it that run along pretty much right in here. So they could have babies on this side, they could have babies on this side, but it's tubular. So I'm feeling some embryos, which means this little girl is pregnant. Another way to tell if your rabbit is pregnant is by watching their behavior. You've bred your doe a week or two ago and she's had a major change in behavior. It's a pretty good indicator that she might be pregnant. A pregnant doe will also begin to dig in the back of her cage. So if you're not comfortable with palpating, some people bring the doe back to the buck's cage and they try to rebreed her. And if she wants nothing to do with breeding, or if he wants nothing to do with breeding her, that's also another indicator that she could be pregnant. A rabbit's gestation period is 28 to 31 days. So if all else fails, you put a nesting box in their cage on day 28. And if they start making a nest and hay stashing, which is when they pick up their hay in their mouths and they bring it to their cage and they really start forming that nest, that's also another indicator that they are in fact pregnant. Up to a week before they're ready to kindle, they will start to pull fur. Now, I've never had a doe pull fur that early. My does usually pull fur hours to minutes before they actually deliver their kits. But pulling fur is a clear sign that labor is beginning. Now, your doe can do all of these things and still not be pregnant, and this is called a false pregnancy. If that happens and you let your doe go 32, 35, 38 days, by day 40, if she hasn't delivered, she's not going to. So at that point, you can rebreed your doe back to your buck and do a rebreeding. So thank you for joining us today. I hope you learned a little more about palpating. Palpating is definitely a tool that needs to be practiced. So I would suggest that you practice on an unbred doe first, and this way you can kind of get an idea of what a normal abdominal cavity will feel like. And then if you have a doe at day 10 to 14, go ahead and start feeling. At day 10, you're really going to feel some little balls, embryos. After 14 days, leave the doe alone and let her continue with her pregnancy until nest box day. If you have any additional comments about this video, please leave them below and I will do my best to answer any questions. If you have any suggestions for me as to how I can explain palpating any better, that would be great as well. Please make sure that you subscribe right here so that you can stay up to date with our videos. And if you have any suggestions for an upcoming video that you'd like to see regarding goats, chickens, or rabbits, please leave those suggestions in the comments below as well.